everyone, it's Yolanda. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought I would do a quick video, hopefully quick and informative video on downloading, extracting, and organizing your machine embroidery files. I see this question posed often about how do I download, how do I get it on my flash drive, where do I extract it, or what do I do with all the files, how do you organize? Because if you are embroidering for any length of time, you will quickly collect a bunch of files. So I thought I would show you what works for me, and I'll just start at the beginning and then we'll go to one of the websites that I buy from and I will show you how I download. Okay, and this isn't by no means the only way to do things. This is what works for me. If there's another easier way to do it, great, but this is what I've been doing and so far so good. So under my documents folder, I have a folder titled Embroidery Files. And then under that, I have subfolders with all the different digitizers that I've purchased from so far. And I have them, titled with the company name. And then within that folder, I have the subfolders with the different file. Okay, so on ABC Creations, I have a trinket bow, and they have an improved one. I have the trinket bow tie, and then the improved trinket bow tie. And within that folder are the different file types. Now, file types means what type of file does your embroidery machine read, okay? I have a Janome flatbed single needle, and I have a Luminaire, that's a Brother machine single needle. That's a combination sewing and embroidery. And I have a Brother multi-needle. And Brother reads PES, the Janome reads JEF, and then I do have a Bernina sewing machine that does embroidery as well, but I have only used it for embroidery once, and so that uses EXP files. So those are going to be the only ones that I save because that's all I need. A lot of people will save every file type thinking that, or with the thought that in the future, if they buy a different machine, they'll need it, like the different file type. But I don't want to keep all those files on my laptop because I don't need them. And in the future, if I did perhaps buy a different type of machine and I needed it, I would just go back to that website and re-download it and get that file type. All right, so that's how I organize them. Now let's go over here to, we'll do Miss Meggie. I'm going to download, this is just for demonstration purposes. I've already downloaded and extracted it, but on your page of your account, you will find, it'll say like my downloads or my orders, or it'll direct you where to download. And then you're just going to click on the file. I had already downloaded it when I'm recording it for like this video, like the 5th time. So I just clicked on it. We are waiting for it to download. Okay. It'll pop up any second. There we go. Popped up down here on the bottom. You can see down here. Okay. So we're going to go back to our files, to our downloads, and here, let me delete this one. See, I told you I was already deleting. I had already downloaded it. Okay. So it pops up right here in your downloads. And then from here we will extract, but I am going to delete this one because I already have it, and I'm going to go down to one that I downloaded last week. So my first tip, or not my first, but a tip that I will give you is when you buy a file, download it, extract it, organize it that day, hopefully, because before you know it, you will be like me and you will have a collection of downloaded files that need to be extracted, and it becomes a pain in the tuchus. So we are going to look at something I downloaded last week. It's the GG Designs Heart Peekaboo Treat Bag in all formats. Okay, so I'm going to select it, I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to extract all. Now I'm going to browse because it's wanting to know where do I want this. I'm going to browse, and because I was in GG Designs already, that pops up, and that's exactly where I want it. I want it, that folder, within that file within this folder. So I'm going to select and then extract and let it do its thing. All right, so then when it's done extracting, it pops up a new window, and it is there, the heart peekaboo treat bag in all formats. All right, so we are going to, well, this is what I do. I go into it and go into that file. Now, different digitizers, different companies, they organize their extracted files in different ways. Some of them have each file type for your machine in different folders, which I love. That makes it so easy. Some don't. Some have every file type, every size, just in one big folder, and you'll just see like a ton of files. I like it this way because I can just go in and delete what I don't want. So in my case, I only want to keep the EXP, which is Bernina, the JEF, which is Janome, and the PES, which is Brother. So I'm going to highlight these two on the top and delete. I'm going to delete the HUS. I don't need it. And these last three. And you can even delete like the terms and conditions if, I mean, I bought so many files, so I'm sure I have that terms and conditions in quite a few folders. And, you know, it'll come with a color chart, instructions. It just depends on the digitizer where they put these other files. Okay, so now I have these three that I need. And I will go back and I will delete, I'll go back to downloads, and I will delete this zipped files because I don't need it anymore. I've already extracted it. I'll go back and delete it. Okay, so let's go back to GG Designs, and you will see I have the files that I need right here. So we'll click on the PES, and it tells you the size is a 4x4. That's the hoop size, and this is for the small bag, 4x4 small. That's just a single 4x4 sorted. I wonder why it says, I'm going to open that one and see what it looks like. Anyhow, it'll have the different files. So you have them all extracted. You're like, okay, now I am ready and I want to embroider. I want to do this heart peekaboo in the 5x7, but you have to get it onto your flash drive. So you can drag and drop. You can do it like this. You can drag and drop down here into your flash drive, because at this point you have your flash drive plugged into your computer. So you'll see it down here, you know, on the side. You'll see it over here on the side. So you can drag and drop. You can highlight, right click, copy, go to your flash drive, and anywhere in here just click right click and paste, and it'll put it in there. You know, whatever's easier. But what I want to show you, let me go back. GD Designed. I want to show you, was it heart peekaboo treat bag. Okay. I want to show you the Janome. Okay, that's what you're going to do. That's basic drag and drop or copy and paste. Now, if you have a Janome, you're new to Janome, and you haven't figured this out yet, it took me the hard way, because I had the Janome. I had prior to that already been working on a PE770, the Brother machine. I knew how to, you know, copy the files and move them from, you know, onto my USB, plug my USB into my machine, and the files were there. The Janome, the MemoryCraft 500, they have a subfolder on the USB. So when you plug your USB, when it's new, when you plug it into your Janome, the machine formats it, and it automatically gives you these two folders, an EMB folder, which you will see right here. I have it highlighted. You will see it has the EMB folder and it has the EMBF folder. Now, I didn't know that, so let me see if I can just go back. I'm gonna have to go back again to the GG Designs. Sorry, right when I clicked out of it, it takes you right back over here. Okay, heart peekaboo, the JEF. Okay, so I would just like select it, you know, drop it in there, and then eject my USB, plug it into my machine, and then there would be no file. I'm like, what the heck? I just literally copied and pasted it. So I'd unplug it, come back. It took me, I can't even tell you, it was a nightmare. And I finally found this blog post from a quilt store in like Vista, California, where they wrote a whole article about this because so many people had this problem. Now, here's what you do. So I want to make this 5x7 heart peekaboo bag. So I am going to drag and drop, and I'm just going to put it right here into that USB, right? Into my one that's already connected. Now, when I double click, it opens it up, right? It opens it up. And don't tell me it did it right this time. Good gravy. When I'm trying to show you something, where is it? Heart. Oh, okay. Let's go back. Sorry. Redo. Oh no, there it is right there. You see? So when I drag and I dropped it, it just left it hanging right outside of the EMB folder. Okay. So what you have to do is if you have a Janome memory craft and you plugged in your USB, you have to drag and drop that folder, that file into the EMB, double click, and it still didn't take it anywhere. It's just hanging out right here. You got to do that again and drag it into the EMBF folder. And voila, they're all right here. The heart peekaboo bag 5x7. So just remember that if you have the Janome, if you're new to Janome and you have it and you're having trouble finding where your files are, it needs to ultimately end up in the EMBF folder. So you'll see this one and you're like, oh, okay, I have my EMB. Oh, there's another folder. Double click. There's where all your folders and all your files, sorry, this is where all your files end up. And so it can be a little confusing. It's frustrating, but I eventually figured it out. So like I said, that's only if you have the Janome. Otherwise, it's super easy. Copy and paste or drag and drop the PES files and everything else is fine. So yeah, that I learned that the hard way. So anyhow, that's how I organize my embroidery files. And let's see, I'm trying to think if I left anything out because I have filmed this video quite a few times. So yeah. What else? Oh, I know what I was going to say. Now let's go down to Gracefully Geeky. Now this particular digitizer, I have quite a few of her files. Now I don't have them all on this laptop because I had them on my old laptop and I'm in the process of like cleaning them up and organizing and deleting and going to move them over to this laptop. But what I will also do is I will make folders that are a certain category. So like crayon holder. And then I will move all of the crayon holders into that folder. And so I'll make subfolders, you know, and just continue that way. That way, when I go to look for it, I'm not browsing through all these files. I'm like, oh, let me go to the crayon holder section and then I'll find it in there. Or let me go to the pencil topper section or the tic-tac-toe game or the elf sweaters. So that's another thing you can do too. So create subfolders within your folders. So yeah, that's another tip too. All right, so I hope this video helped you, and I'm sure I probably left something out because I've filmed it so many times and I can't remember if I covered something or not. But if you have any questions, just leave them down below, and I hope to come back with more beginner tips for machine embroidery. So until the next time, keep on crafting. Thanks for watching. Bye.